Welcome back to another Four Paths Healing Tarot message. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Just cleansing the space. We're going to start with some sacred symbol oracle. So this message might feel a little bit more spiritual. They usually do when I do these readings, but it's the nature of the oracle message that gives it that very spiritual vibe that I love. So be prepared for that, Sagittarius. But we're going to start with that oracle message, and then we'll get some cards out here to see what's been happening in the recent past, what you are currently still kind of working through, and then any messages that need to come out for the future to keep you on your journey along the way. Okay? For my lovely Sagittarius, please. Thank you, God, Angel, Spirit Guides. What do you want Sagittarius to know? For Sagittarius, please. Okay. Transmutation out here. Good fortune. I definitely know I'm speaking to the right person. Sagittarius with this good fortune out here. Anything else? Okay, and then we have air sign here, or air. Could be some strategy that you're needing to employ right now. Truth. Transmute. Release. All right. Death, Sagittarius, something coming to a close. Something it's time for you to let go of. Release. Okay? Yeah, release and death out here. Definitely time to transform, to let something go, to put it away. Okay? It's like there is some truth that you cannot ignore any longer. Some information that's been revealed, something that you can't unsee. And because of that, it feels like it gives you the permission to let it go, using your mind, your thought, your logic to intentionally remove something that's no longer serving you. From that information, being able to transmute that into the work and effort put forth to continue to work on your prosperity, your abundance, your good fortune. It also feels like I'm talking to two different groups of people who will see this. Two different messages too, where there is some type of truth that has been revealed. I just got that, Sagittarius, you may have been around someone, connected to someone, friendship, lover, someone in the family, a job, that was having an impact on your decisions that related to your prosperity, your money, your abundance, your ability to grow. And you recently, or you will, become clear about what that really is, the source of what that really is. And it's going to be really important for you to practice that temperance, okay? To transmute this knowing, this maybe sense of betrayal, into high energy for yourself to continue to pull in the fortune, the things that you are due, the things that are owed to you. Okay? God, angel, spirit guides, continue to refine this message for Sagittarius. Give me the words, the ideas needed to refine this, please. Thank you, God, angel, spirit guides. All right, let's get some tarot out here to see what you are working through in your recent past. What are you working through now? And any messages that spirit just want to give you along the way to encourage your spirit, to guide you. Just heard the word and saw the word protection. I don't know who I'm speaking to, Sagittarius, but there may be someone here who is really needing a sense of protection, or wanting to feel a sense of protection right now. Whatever truth is being revealed, if it has to do with betrayal, it's like spirit wants you to know that you are protected. You are protected. You're safe. You're safe from that. And that's why this information is being revealed. And you are safe to cut this out of your life. Exercising that air sign energy, right? I'm seeing the Queen of Swords, the King of Swords, cutting out the parts that no longer serve. Okay. All right, recent past for Sagittarius. Thank you, God, angel, spirit guides. What are they working through in their recent past? Sagittarius, please. Okay. Some forgiveness out here. Have the Five of Cups in reverse, and then we have the Ten of Swords. So there definitely was some betrayal. Whatever this truth is, if you don't know about this and it hasn't been revealed to you, it will be soon. This will come out for you soon. But I feel like I'm speaking to someone and beneath the deck, truth right here. Thank you, God, for the confirmation. There was some type of betrayal that happened to you in your recent past. Something was revealed to you, came out of nowhere, could have been a friend, could have been a colleague, someone maybe talking, whispering behind your back, having an influence on something related to your fortune changing, maybe, you know, being kind of manipulative in their words, maybe getting in the way of your friendship, your connection, your love. I know this is a deep reading, Sagittarius, my bad. Wasn't trying to go here this fast. But it feels like in your recent past, you realized that you just kind of had to, you know, accept this loss, in this change, in this shutting down of this connection with someone. Again, job, friendship, someone that you know, because the Ten of Swords is very permanent. So whatever this betrayal was, whatever this out of the blue, you know, backstabbing event was, and it's giving very Gemini, right? Something related to the mind. You know, I don't know if someone was being manipulative or someone was using their words to hurt and harm, and it just became very clear what their intention was. But it just feels like you kind of had acceptance of that. You just kind of said, you know what? I came, I saw, I see what this is about, and you know, I'm done with that. So it kind of feels like you allowed yourself to accept the balance of life karmically about whatever this betrayal was. It also feels like whatever this betrayal was, you probably gave someone some money. You probably sacrificed a lot, because this is also kind of a martyr energy. You went over and beyond for somebody, Sagittarius. You gave them your love, you gave them your money, and maybe you felt like it was someone that you were dealing with that you could really trust. Maybe you felt like this was a divine choice to make here. And you're kind of coming out of that pain and that grief now, right? Maybe there were loving words used to kind of disguise someone's true intention, which was probably not really that good, right? Another thing that's coming up too is that there was a closing of some type of connection, because there were a lot of hard, harsh words. And it kind of got confusing, because is it like, are these loving words? Do you really have these words for me in your heart? Because what I'm feeling in another way is, you know, it's not really balancing out. It's not really measuring up. So maybe, Sagittarius, I'm speaking to someone here where there kind of was like this kind of like love bomb feeling, where it's like you have all these loving, kind words, this playful lightfulness, lightfulness, light energy. And then also there's kind of like this out of nowhere stabbing words. So which is it? Is it this or is it that? But it feels like you're kind of moving over that. You're kind of over that now, or you've at least put this into perspective, what that was and what that meant, and let closure be closure. If this was in reverse, I'd say, okay, you know, you're still having a hard time letting it go, not accepting that this was what it was. But it kind of feels like you have perspective now. You have clarity about what this was, and it kind of offered you an opportunity to move into a new chapter in your life. Keep growing, keep glowing. And that's exactly what you did. Beneath that is also here, the Fool here. So whatever this connection was, feels like love, romance, but it could have been work, could have been friends. Sometimes friends have this way of, ooh, child, they got some ways, don't they? Friends, sisters, siblings, brothers. So for Sagittarius, what is Sagittarius working through right now? Thank you, God, angel, spirit guides. Let's see what's happening right now for Sagittarius. Thank you, God, angel, spirit guides. What do you need them to know about what's happening right now? Thank you, God, angel, spirit guides. Okay. There's quite a bit on your mind. And that could just be the climate of the world right now. There's some compounding stuff happening, and whatever normal stressor might feel amplified just on the strength of that. Beneath the deck, there's this judgment out here. So this feels like I'm sensing there's this feeling of kind of like inner conflict. You're wanting to go in one direction, but maybe your spirit is wanting you to pay attention to something or go in another direction with this judgment out here. Let me see though. We're going to flip these cards over. We have more Gemini here. I don't know if there's a Gemini in your energy. I don't know if it's in your chart in an interesting way. That is another mutable sign, and you are mutable. So it could just be you being nudged to really come to completion and come to a complete thought and decision about something. Because that, you know, the mutable kind of closes things up. So it could be that with all of these Gemini cards out here. But you have the Nine of Swords, which definitely feels like possibly looking at circumstances through a certain filter that's initiating more worry, more fear, more doubt than is real right now. What else we have out here? We got Gemini again. It popped out. This is serious. We have the King of Cups. A little bit of scattered energy. Not really sure right now. It's like you heard something, you found out something, maybe related to a connection, friendships, something happening maybe behind your back, and now it's leaving you uncertain about how to move forward for sure. This feels like in the past, all of this stuff happened. All of this energy happened. It was a lot. You knew that something had to come to a close, but now you're still kind of in the residual about what all of this has meant as it relates to this connection. Okay? There's still kind of this not being certain about the emotions, not being certain about how you feel. You're not in your full confidence about everything that has happened yet. Okay? With the Knight of Swords being in reverse, this kind of feels like kind of scattered, you know, because you might take one step forward, feel confident after everything has happened, but then you might get back into the thing that you feel about all of this, and it might kind of pull you out of your confidence, and then you kind of go back into this standstill feeling place like, am I really moving forward? Did I really make the right decision? Did I have all of the facts? Did I have all of the evidence? It's like each of these swords is a new thought. And as one thought is initiated, you move down, but another thought grows right here. It's like, but what about this? You know, what does this mean? There's also this feeling of, right now, this is very specific, not trusting self, not trusting your intuition, not trusting your own heart right now, and maybe being suspicious about your friends, the people around you. If you're dealing with someone right now, Sagittarius, there might be suspicion of someone that you're dealing with having someone around them that is not trustworthy, someone trying to get next to your partner, or maybe someone's trying to get next to you and you're dealing with someone, because the Lovers is out here again. So this feels like some type of connection, and there's worry about that. Another thing that's coming up, Sagittarius, is that there might be fear about letting someone down, breaking someone's heart, hurting someone, and you're really thinking about it. Okay, but this feels like trying to manage those emotions and really navigate the waters of what you really feel, and then trusting yourself to move solidly in an action, in a direction. I'm also getting that there is someone here, Sagittarius, and I see that there are a couple of you that are live, but I'm also speaking to who will watch this. There's someone here who's dealing with someone, but you're not exactly sure if you are ready to move on into this connection. if it's really what's in your heart, if it's really a soulful connection, you're not sure about that. It just kind of feels like a little bit distrusting, and you're thinking about, you know, letting something go, because we did start off with the transmute and release, and then you have fortune. So it just feels like not sure how to make a decision that feels right for you. Self-trust is needed right now. All right, we are at 15 minutes. Let's get on to the final cards here. God, angel, spirit guides, what do you want lovely Sagittarius to know? Advice, insight for Sagittarius, please. Thank you, God, angel, spirit guides. What do you want Sagittarius to know about moving forward? Any advice for Sagittarius, please? Thank you, God, angel, spirit guides. Advice for Sagittarius. Okay. I see you out here with the 9 of Wands. Okay, and then more truth, more confidence, using that mind. All right. A lot of air. Yeah. Keep getting air. If you're dealing with an air sign, this is really important for you. If you are dealing with someone who is an air sign, you definitely have a lot of doubt about this connection. You're in your mind a lot for sure. There's some kind of offer that is around. I don't know if there was a challenging conversation. Maybe whoever betrayed you is wanting to make an offer, or you are wanting to make an offer to apologize, to continue growing in some kind of connection, relationship, friendship. But this feels like there is a sense of being guarded, Sagittarius, that it feels like it's kind of blocking you in. You've been through a lot. You've been betrayed a lot, and you've been wounded. And if this is related to a connection, love, you probably have been through something painful in the past, and it's kind of making you so guarded until you're not certain about how to give of yourself in love. And so the 8 of Wands is in reverse. So this is, you know, a delay in communication, miscommunication. There's the Magician out here, and it's sideways. This feels like Sagittarius, especially just a moment ago, having that reversal of the Knight of Swords. This feels like it's really important for you to get clear about what you want to create and what you want to manifest, and then stand on that confidently, okay? If it's family that you want, and you want a loving relationship, accept it. Trust that you can have it, and when it starts to show up in your life, stand in that. But right now, there is a block, there is some guardedness, some delays, some deep, deep distrust. But, you know, 8 of Swords, and then we just saw the 9 of Swords. It kind of feels like just gradually closing in on yourself with all of these thoughts, you know, replaying things in your mind, and it also contributing to you, you know, kind of detaching yourself from your vision about what you can have in love. This now, it feels like it's really becoming about love. Love, good fortune related to having the family that you want, the joy that you want related to others, children, family, merriment, all of that. Okay, with the 10 of Cups being here. But it feels like, pay attention to communication, that when there's a break in communication, when there's misalignment in communication, it's okay to stop, pause, and, you know, let the guards down and ask a question. This feels like a caution about miscommunication or misinterpreting information, okay? With the 8 of Wands being reversed, a slowing down. It also feels like Spirit is saying that it's normal to come out of something challenging and feel guarded. Now, if you're feeling so guarded until you're kind of cutting yourself off, you're feeling blocked in, distrusting of goodness, of love, of prosperity coming back into your life or returning into your life, you might want to slow down a little bit. It's okay to slow down. Maybe you're moving too fast into something, just to check in and see what's really good for you. Just get to the heart and the truth of the matter. I just saw in my mind's eye very, very clearly the Seven of Cups, all of these cups being here and slowing down to really choose the option, the thing that really is good for you, not for anybody else, not for what you think it's just about purely in your heart, in your essence, for your spirit, for your soul, what's good for you. Okay, with this offer being here, there may be a message coming through, someone trying to offer you something as well. This probably has already come through. And if it feels like there's a delay in that, it also feels like it's about you having time to rest your mind, come back into alignment so that you can see the option that is available for you for really what it is, which is potential, which is good. But right now there's so much fear and cloudedness. It's making it really hard for you to make action and manifesting what it feels like you really do want, the ultimate. But there's some scattered energy, there's some distrust energy, there's residual from the past experiences. Transmute is what we started with. How do you take all of these experiences, all of these wands, and make it into, and help, and use it to help you understand what are the lessons? The question becomes, what are the lessons in this? Why did these things happen? What did I miss? What is it that I really want? Am I sending confusing messages about what I'm trying to manifest? And so when things show up in my life, it's not actually reflecting what I truly desired. And so now here I am being distrusting of what I manifest. These are the kind of questions to begin asking yourself, because it's here what you really want. There's something about distrusting, I think, if you feel like you could have it, you can have this, you're worthy of it, for those of you I'm speaking to. And it's time to manifest that. Letting go of the guards, letting the guards come down, being cautious, standing strong, but not so much until you're closing yourself off by the overthinking. There's a lot of overthought energy here. Okay? It's okay to release, because you are deserving of your good fortune. It's here for you to have. Okay? Sagittarius, I love you. 23 minutes later. I hope to see you next week in another 4 Paths Healing Tarot message. Take care. Bye.